Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and let's get going. This look starts with Becca's Champagne Pop. I'm using this on my lid, and I'm applying it on with my ring finger because I want a little more color payoff, and it places the color on a little more densely. And then I'm just working it almost all the way up to my brow, and then going on top of that with the Inglot Sparkling Dust. I normally don't do very shimmery looks on my lids, but I wanted to go all out for this date night. I wanted my eyes to sparkle. So I'm going in with Pure Cosmetics, just around the inner corner and then above. And then I'm using my Orange Soda Color by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just doing a light wash over my lids and then going in with soft brown. And then I'm using a more tapered brush, as you can see, and I'm just putting that, building it really over my natural crease. And then continuing to build it up. And I've done like a few coats of this. So this is really just take the color slowly and build it up. It's a really soft neutral brown, which I love. And then I'm going in with my NYC liquid liner and starting on the outer corner, working my way in the usual. I think I went about halfway in. Yep. And then I just start building it up on the side because I want to give a lifted look to my eye as well as extending it. And so here I go. I go a bit crazy with the wing. Because that's what I do, and it's date night makeup. Next I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette in that first shade from the neutral palette, or from the neutral section I should say, and I'm building from the outside to about halfway, a little more than halfway in. So I want to create more depth of color on the outer corner so I can connect it to that long wing. And it kind of just fakes the look of an elongated eye. And then going in with the black, I think. Yeah. So I go in with the black with a more really tapered, dense brush. And I'm just connecting that to the wing and then just slightly in. So I'm just building that color up. And then adding a bit more. And blending it out with a slightly larger brush. And the beauty of putting that soft brown on first is that I can blend it into the soft brown, so you have this nice, as you can see, transition. And now, of course, I'm going in with my Liquid Moon Dust in Recharged. I feel like I can't do a look without using this, so I was like, well, maybe I'll use a bit of like a thinner layer of it this time, so then it won't be as, you know, exact as I always do. So I just put a little bit of it, and I'm going on top with the Inglot shimmer. Is it Sparkling Dust? I think it's Sparkling Dust, yeah. And then a little bit more of it because why not? And then the Luminizer by Pure Cosmetics just in the inner corner. And then I took a little bit of orange soda and I just blended that on top of all the shadows to blend them all together even more. Now I'm curling. Now I'm using pulsing motions with the curling, with the lash curler. And I get a little more curl payoff with that. And then starting my lashes with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then going in with the I Love Extreme mascara by Essence, my favorite. And you can use either by themselves. I just like to I like to play around with mascaras. It's really just for that. And now I'm going in my waterline with the Essence Brow Liner. And I went in the waterline, and now I'm just smoking it out underneath and connecting into that black liquid wing. And now going with Recharged, and just in the inner corners. Now I used the foundation, the new foundation, the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I'm going over top of that and correcting my under eyes with the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer and brightener, and then of course with my trusty NARS champagne pop. No, I got highlighters on the brain. That's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Chantilly. Now I'm putting that all over the center of my face, and I worked it onto my nose in a way that my foundation will almost look like the contour. So I put where I wanted to highlight the nose, and then I left out the areas that would normally recede, where the light wouldn't hit essentially, so that I don't really have to go in with any sort of cream contour. I try to not over contour my nose with certain looks. Sometimes it's really just like, oh, laziness, because I am contouring the rest of my face. So yeah, it's just a way to cut corners. So now I'm going in with the City Color contour stick, and I'm just putting that right under my cheekbones, and then in with my Sephora spray bronzer, and then I'm working that on top of the contour with a Duo fiber brush. I highly recommend working out your contour with a Duo fiber brush. It's so much easier, and it doesn't move the foundation and concealer or whatever you have underneath. I usually like to wait a few minutes before I put anything on top of my foundation, but because it's not set and you want to use additional liquids on top of it, a Duo fiber is just a gentler way to blend something out on top. And then of course going over any harsh lines with your beauty blender or whatever you use to blend out your foundation. Oh, the Chubby Stick. So that is the highlighter Chubby Stick by Clinique, and I'm just patting that on the high points of my face, the bridge of my nose, my cheekbones, Cupid's bow, and I'm really just building that color up because, again, I don't want to move anything, so I'm patting it on top. And then I'm going to set it with the Champagne Pop, but not totally, so I'm hitting where the highlight and the contour meet, and then going on top of that with the Pure Cosmetics Luminizer. And then, of course, my Balsamic Vanilla Rose Powder to set under my eyes, and, of course, any sort of highlighted area or concealed area at the center of my face. So I'm patting this on. I'm not quite baking, but I'm packing the powder on and letting it set itself before I wipe the excess off. And I'm not going over the areas that I've put the highlight on. So anywhere I put the Champagne Pop or Luminizer, I'm not doing that. So now I'm going over the rest of my face with the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder, which I totally have fallen in love with. And I'm doing the same sort of action where I'm just patting it on. I'm patting a bunch of powder on, and which I'll come back and wipe off. And now I'm going under my eye with China Rose, and that's from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Ooh, I can say Anastasia without feeling weird. That's cool. And then I'm going under my eye with an Essence mascara. And then wiping off all the excess powder. And that would be the Milani blush in Luminoso. So I've already set everything, and now I'm going on top of it with this blush. And then my NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. I'm just carving out the cheekbones even more. and around the jawline. And then working it out with the actual brush that I use to set my all over face powder. Kind of diffuses it out a bit. So I'm going in with Individual Lashes by Ardell, and I just focus them in on the outer corner. And now I'm lining my lips. I believe that's either an Essence lip pencil or a Milani lip pencil in either the natural, I think it's the natural shade. And then going in with NYX and Sephora liquid lipsticks. I used the NYX Bedtime Flirt and the peach, I can't remember the name of it, but the Sephora peach lip cream. And I'm just patting that peachy lip cream on top because I don't want it to be too intense. And then in the middle of my lips, I'm going in with Baby Doll, and that's the NYX Lip Lingerie. I really just couldn't decide what lip color I wanted to wear, so I just kept layering them. That's usually what I do when I can't figure it out. And then I decided I wanted them to be glossy, and just to show you kind of like, it's a bit of like a metallic payoff, which I really dig. And so this is the Essence Extra Extra Large Shine Lip Gloss in 31 Metal Shine. Oh, well, yeah, Metal Shine is a good name because that's what it is. I really like it. And so then I'm just going over the rest of my face with some bronzer, and then using my powder puff that came with that Inglot sparkling dust and focusing that in just on the highs of my cheekbones. And then I got this setting spray from Sally Beauty, and I just coated my face in that, and that's the finished look, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.